The bakery glowed like a small palace of happiness in the middle of the crowded street. Warm yellow light spilled through the glass windows, reflecting off shiny cake boxes stacked neatly on the shelves. Inside, the air was heavy with the smell of sugar, butter, and celebration. Children pressed their noses against the glass, pointing excitedly at colorful pastries. Parents laughed, wallets open, choosing flavors as if joy were something easily affordable. But just outside that glass door stood Aisha, frozen in place, holding her daughter's hand a little too tightly. Aisha's clothes were clean but old. Her dupatta had been washed so many times it had lost its color, and the edge was torn where she had once caught it on a nail while cleaning. Someone else's house. Her sandals were cracked at the sole, and the cold floor sent a chill through her feet. Beside her, little Noor bounced gently, unaware of the storm raging in her mother's chest. Noor was 7 years old today, 7, and she had been talking about this day for weeks, her eyes shining every time she mentioned one word, cake. "Ami," Noor whispered excitedly, tugging at Aisha's hand. "Will it have chocolate on top?" Aisha swallowed hard and forced a smile. "Inshallah, my John," but inside her heart whispered a different answer. "I don't know." Aisha reached into the pocket of her kameez and pulled out a small bundle of crumpled notes and coins. She counted them once, then again, then a third time, slower this time, as if hoping the numbers might magically increase. They didn't. It wasn't enough, not even for the smallest cake on display. Her fingers trembled as she folded the money back and took a deep breath. She had cleaned 5 houses this week, missed meals, walked miles to save bus fare. Still, it wasn't enough. The glass door opened as a well-dressed couple walked out laughing, carrying a large white box tied with a golden ribbon. Aisha stepped aside respectfully, lowering her gaze. When the door closed again, she stood there for a moment longer, gathering courage she didn't feel she had. Then she pushed the door open and stepped inside. The warmth hit her instantly, not just from the ovens, but from the laughter, the comfort, the ease of people who never had to count coins before asking for joy. Noor's eyes widened in wonder. She had never been inside a bakery before. She stared at the cakes as if they were made of dreams. Pink frosting, chocolate drips, little sugar flowers, candles shaped like stars. Aisha walked to the counter slowly, her steps heavy. The cashier, a young man scrolling on his phone, didn't look up at first. When he finally did, his eyes flicked over her clothes, then to Noor, then back to his screen. "Yes," he said flatly. Aisha's mouth went dry. Her voice came out low, almost apologetic. I wanted to ask." She paused, feeling every eye in the shop slowly turning toward her. "Do you have any cake that didn't sell today?" The cashier frowned. "Madam, all cakes are fresh." "Yes, I understand," Aisha said quickly. "I mean, maybe one that will be thrown away? Or expired?" The word fell into the room like something dirty. Silence spread for half a second. Then came a soft laugh from somewhere behind her. Another whisper followed. Did she really say expired cake? Aisha felt her ears burn. She kept her eyes down. The cashier's expression hardened. "We don't sell expired food. This is a bakery, not a garbage shop." "I know," Aisha said hurriedly, her voice shaking now. "Even broken pieces would be fine. Just a little." "It's my daughter's birthday." Noor tugged her sleeve innocently. "Ami, which one is mine?" That question pierced Aisha's heart deeper than any insult. She closed her eyes for a brief second, fighting tears. She would not cry here. Not in front of strangers. Not in front of her child. Behind them stood a tall man in a simple black coat, holding a small paper note with an order written on it. No guards, no luxury watch. Just quiet presence. Ibrahim Malik. A man whose name appeared in business headlines, whose wealth could buy the entire bakery without thought. He had come only to pick up a small cake for his driver's son. He wasn't paying attention until he heard the word expired. He looked up. He saw Aisha's lowered head. He saw Noor's hopeful eyes scanning the shelves. He saw the laughter fade as people realized how uncomfortable the moment had become. Ibrahim didn't move. He listened. The cashier sighed impatiently. "Madam, please don't embarrass yourself. If you can't afford it, just leave." Aisha nodded quickly. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean to disturb." She turned toward the door, her shoulders stiff, dignity barely held together. That was when Ibrahim spoke. "Wait." The word wasn't loud, but it carried weight. The cashier froze. The whispers stopped. Aisha turned slowly, confused. Ibrahim walked to the counter calmly. "Show me today's unsold cakes." "Sir," the cashier stammered. "All of them," Ibrahim repeated, his voice firm but controlled. The cashier quickly opened the display fridge. Ibrahim looked carefully, then pointed at a medium-sized chocolate cake with simple frosting. "That one, pack it." He paused, then added, "And write something on it." "What should I write, sir?" "Happy birthday, Noor." Aisha's breath caught in her throat. "Sir, please," she said softly, panic and pride mixing together. "I didn't ask for charity." Ibrahim turned to her. His eyes were calm, not pitying. "You asked for an expired cake," he said quietly. "But what your daughter deserves is a fresh memory." "I can't pay for it," Aisha whispered. "You don't have to," he replied. "This isn't charity. It's humanity." Tears spilled down Aisha's face despite her efforts. She covered them quickly, embarrassed. The cashier handed over the box, suddenly respectful. Ibrahim paid, then gently placed the cake into Aisha's hands. Outside, Noor jumped when she saw the box. Is that for me?" Aisha knelt down and hugged her tightly. "Yes, my John. Happy birthday." Noor laughed, a pure, ringing laugh, and hugged the box like treasure. Then she looked up at Ibrahim and wrapped her small arms around his leg. "Thank you, Uncle." That hug stayed with him long after he walked away. That night in his silent mansion, surrounded by everything money could buy, Ibrahim Malik couldn't sleep. One question echoed in his mind again and again. How many parents ask for expired happiness every day? And how many people like me never stop to listen?